credit the sweet setup on that one.
Yeah, nice effort from Halliburton, working to get that point-blank shot.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander sends it home from three-point land. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
Now here's Turner. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Williams from long range. And Los Angeles, another 3.
A shot that Williams continues to work on. You love seeing these type of results.
Pass to Siakam. And Siakam with the slam.
And defensively, you have to make him work harder than this, or it's going to be a long night.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. And a miss there on the triple. Gilgeous-Alexander's gone 2 of 5 from the field here. And here's Halliburton. Up top, Turner. Goes up. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. The 3 is up. Drops in the 3. 9 points in the game.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
And Indiana with some changes. Toppin comes in for Turner, and it's Nembhard in for Mathurin. Here's Nesmith. Halliburton left side. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. That one on Pokashevsky.
Oh, forcing the issue. Halliburton in attack mode.
Indiana shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. And both free throws good for Halliburton.
For a star like him, you get lots of opportunities at the line, and he's great at cashing them in.
Outside, Williams. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Tyrese Halliburton with the rebound. Indiana trails by 3. Pass to Toppin. Now here's Halliburton from the arc. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
What a release. Halliburton getting rid of it.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 12 points.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Here's Nembhard. Williams grabs the board.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Pure from 3-point range.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
Yeah, you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire.
Yep, that one goes.
And this is how competitive Halliburton is. Doesn't allow some contact to distract him from scoring.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And Los Angeles, another 3.
That's a guy you want taking shots, a quality offensive player.
Nembhard, the pass to Toppin. Now Halliburton lets it go from deep. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got his 4th rebound in this one. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock and the game clock. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Now here's Siakam. He's got 5.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
Buries it from 3. He has 6.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Couldn't come up with a much better start than this. They just have to keep it going.
And so it's Los Angeles earning this break in the action, up 10. They've been very effective. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Los Angeles?
They've really been dialed in from deep. This is a team that has a ton of confidence in their outside shooting ability.
They've also been quick to set up their teammates, wasting no time making the extra pass for the open look.
Toppin at the 4 and Turner at the 5. T.J. McConnell is out there with Andrew Nembhard. And it's Shepard in at the 3, the small forward. Good on both. Los Angeles leading by 8. And for Los Angeles, they've got Alex Caruso. Alexei Pokusevski is out there with Jalen Williams. Then it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Adams in at the 5, down low. And here's Caruso outside. Offensive rebound. The kick out to Williams. That one's good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 3 assists in the game. Pass to Shepard. Toppin, a screen on Williams. Here's Shepard. Buries it down low. Shepard's got his first 2 points. So it's Los Angeles now. Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. The rebound by Nembhard. Indiana trails by 9. To the paint. Here's Turner. Oh, Adams with the block. On the wing, Caruso. Jacks up a 3. Nails it from beyond the arc.
Yeah, the guard instincts of Gilgeous-Alexander. I mean, fantastic work dishing the rock to uncover teammates.
And we'll have a timeout here called by Rick Carlisle. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. And Indiana with some changes. Nesmith, he's checked in for Shepard. And Mathurin subbed in for Nembhard. Nesmith passes to Toppin. Here's the 3. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. Williams has got 5 rebounds in the game. And here's Caruso outside. And Los Angeles another 3.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
Outside Nesmith. Toppin, a screen on Williams. Here's Nesmith. Pass to Toppin. Here's Turner. Shot clock at 2. Over Adams.
Not easy escaping Adams' wingspan as a defender. His reach helps him stay on top of you.
Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. Bucket again. 7 for 12 and going at the defense.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
And guys, to go on a big run, get some breathing space, it has to be a great play on each end. When guys are moving the ball, sharing it, it makes the game so much more fun, both as a player and as a fan.
Indiana trails by 16. Unloads from 13. And he gets the bucket.
Being productive. Turner is a constant offensive threat.
Gilgeous-Alexander against McConnell. And Gilgeous-Alexander missing. And the foul on Steven Adams. That's his first foul. Jackson, he's checked in for Indiana. Tyrese Halliburton comes in for McConnell. And here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Halliburton for 3. It's rebounded by Los Angeles.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Drains the triple. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6 here in the quarter.
I'll tell you, that jumper from Gilgeous-Alexander is smooth and under control.
Toppin's shot is off. Now Los Angeles with it. They're on a 15-6 run. Puts up a 3. Mathurin with a rebound. And here's Mathurin. He'll bring it up for the Pacers. Trailing by 17. A nice shot by Toppin.
And I have no clue how he got that one to fall. Pulling some magic in the midair and torturing the defense in the process.
Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. And Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Indiana on offense. Pass to Halliburton. Halliburton goes up top to throw it down.
Oh, merciless jam by Halliburton. He's got some serious hops.
Williams passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Ooh, another miss by Gilgeous-Alexander.
The one thing he and his coach have in common, they'll both have nightmares about this quarter. Yikes.
And it's Mathurin missing. Los Angeles leading by 13. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. The three. Fires in the triple. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 27 points.
Yeah, total focus from Shai there. Ready to go off the feed.
Here's Toppin. The layup misses. Toppin's gone, just 1 for 4 so far. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Gilgeous-Alexander no good. Indiana on offense. Right side, Nesmith. Counted from distance. Nesmith's got 5 points. Oh, wow, guys, this does not look good. We've got an injury here.
Oh, man, that's tough. You just never like to see this in sports.
Yeah, you just hope it's nothing serious and that he's able to get back on the court as soon as possible.
19 seconds left to play in the half. Halliburton against Westbrook. Four seconds left. It's good.
Russell Westbrook.
What a performance for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He has been the story for Los Angeles. 27 on the night. He's had it his way. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this.
Center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Give me a beat. They're measuring up the shot.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, he's kind of been the floor general for them tonight. A lot of assists for him.
And it's a role we don't always see him in, but he's done a great job tonight getting the rest of his team involved.
All right, time for an injury report.
I caught up with the head athletic trainer for Los Angeles. All signs point to a high ankle sprain, something that they're going to have to be very careful with. Everything that I'm hearing points to this being a long-term issue. Obviously, he and the team are extremely frustrated right now.
Okay, thanks for the update. Good to get that information. Now we know how things are coming along, Grant.
That's true. It's the uncertainty factor with injuries that can be so hard to handle.
And you never want to speculate. So it's nice for us, and especially his teammates, to get some facts.
Siakam at power forward with Turner in at center. Nesmith out there with Halliburton. And it's Mathurin in at the three. That's the group for Rick Carlisle getting going here in the second half.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
The shot by Dort, no good.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
There's Nesmith with the three. Nails it from three. Nesmith's got 8.
When he gets a quality look like this at the perimeter, he can almost be automatic.
And that one's good. Green.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
And it's Rick Carlisle calling timeout here. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. Russell Westbrook, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Over a minute and a half now into this third quarter action. Halliburton against Westbrook. A little mid-range shot is up. Halliburton, good. 13 points in the game.
And we're seeing a great mindset from Halliburton on offense. He's attacking relentlessly and getting well rewarded for it.
Halliburton against Westbrook. Pass to Adams. It's Dort on the wing from outside the arc. And Los Angeles, another three.
Even though he hasn't lit up the scoreboard, I like how he's keeping others involved.
Halliburton, the pass to Nesmith. Down it goes, and a great assist by Halliburton.
And look at the vision from Halliburton. Love seeing ball movement like this.
Westbrook outside. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Dort outside. Three-pointer. On target from range. So Dort's got 9 points here in the second half.
And these are the shots this team wants Dort taking. He understands his role in this offense.
Halliburton outside. To the middle. Here's Siakam. Pass to Turner. Just three to shoot. Oh, Adams with the block. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Adams. Nimhart, he's checked in for Matherin.
On to the court for the home team, number 2.
1:52 left in the third. Well, there's the shot clock violation. So they'll turn it over.
The ball goes to the away team.
Los Angeles leading by 23. Westbrook outside. Oh, he lost the grip and he missed the dunk. Nimhart outside. Pass to Halliburton. There's the three. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. Dort outside. Launches a three. The rebound by Tyrese Halliburton. And here's Indiana now. Siakam outside. For three. And Russell Westbrook pulls it down.
That's exactly how you have to defend him on the perimeter. Can't allow any space.
Here's Green. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Green's got 5 points now this quarter.
He got in excellent position, then takes it right back up.
Siakam outside. Pass to Turner. And then Turner with the dunk.
Okay, Miles. Getting aggressive and jamming it in.
Los Angeles leading by 23. Westbrook taking his time here. And here's Green from the arc. Indiana with a rebound. Turner's got 4 rebounds now. Siakam with it from 6 feet away. And he tries it off the glass, but it's no good. 3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Westbrook can't hit. And so it's Siakam with it. He brings it up for Indiana. Halliburton against Dort. And there's a 3-second call. This one on the defense. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
For your home team, Miles Turner.
And so he hits the technical free throw.
Substitution on the court.
.11 seconds left in the third quarter. Inside. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Second personal foul.
And he's gone 1 for 1 in the game so far at the line.
At the line for your home team,
And so Turner nails them both. And here's Green from the arc. No good. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's Los Angeles ending the quarter with a 20-point edge. And they've been shooting. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
He's always near the top of the list for this honor. I mean, passes like these are his specialty.
That is why he is a point guard in this league. He has the elite passing ability, the vision. You need both to play the point guard.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And so in the game for Los Angeles, Steven Adams out there with Jeff Green. Then there's Lou Dort. Then it's Jalen Williams. And it's Westbrook in at the 1. Adams finds Green. Knocks down the long J.
Woo! That man is laser focused. Now, that's bad defense for a team that has a long way to go to catch up.
Effort like this makes you wonder if they've already packed it in for the game, ready to go on to the next. You gotta at least show a little heart out here. Use the pick to perfection and got all the way to the rim.
Westbrook, the pass to Dort. That's good. And so Westbrook with the assist. Dort's got 12 points in just the second half. So Dort's gone 4 of 6 shooting from beyond the arc. Nesmith on the wing. Williams defending. Nesmith's shot is off. Dort outside. Williams from long range. And Los Angeles another 3.
This has been their game plan here in the final period. We'll see if it continues to work out.
I think when you've got it going from 3. Range, you gotta keep it going. It's a good way to kind of pile up the points quickly.
There's Nesmith with the 3, and he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Here's Westbrook. And then Westbrook slams it in.
Assist from
An explosive talent. When Westbrook gets room to take flight, he goes for it.
And he's going to get called there for the technical foul, hanging on the rim.
Yeah, a little too enthusiastic on the slam. You want guys playing with emotion, but there's a limit to how far you can take it before it hurts the team.
And Indiana with some changes. Turner, he's checked in for Jackson. Pascal Siakam comes in for Toppin. And Tyrese Halliburton subbed in for Nembhard. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he's checked in for Los Angeles. And there's a defensive 3-second call. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Los Angeles?
Oh, they've done a lot of damage in transition. Every time they see a chance to push the tempo, they're gone.
Also, guys, they put in maximum effort on the offensive glass. Great determination to follow shots and not giving up on the possessions.
2 minutes gone by here in the 4th. Three-pointer Mathurin sinks it from distance. Mathurin's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Mathurin against Williams. This one for 3. The rebound by Nesmith. Nesmith's got 4 rebounds now. And then Turner with the dunk.
Well, they're on the right path now, but still in a pretty big hole.
But this is a game again, and the other side has to be feeling a little bit nervous with how quickly that lead vaporized.
Williams from long range. Rebounded by Halliburton. Halliburton's got 4 rebounds in the game. Pass to Mathurin. Halliburton looking for an opening. Mathurin against Dort. 5 on the clock. Now Turner fires from deep. Dort grabs the miss.
2 minutes remaining.
Williams with it. He's covered by Siakam. And Williams gets the bucket on the assist from Gilgeous-Alexander.
Well, you got to be able to shoot fast in the league. So it's nice to see Williams doesn't need a lot of setup time.
Shoots from the line. Oh, Williams with the block. 4-3. He drops it from range.
And it only makes sense to give him the rock again. He put the team on his back all game.
Yeah, just keep feeding him. That guy is a man on a mission. And the defense, well, they don't have much of an answer.
And the dunk by Halliburton.
Well, I guess we could give him credit for not getting discouraged. They're still playing hard. He's doing his job out there.
Williams from long range. And Los Angeles another 3.
Ooh, he's earning his keep offensively, a key part of their winning effort at this point.
Pass to Turner. Takes a three. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. Adams has got 5 rebounds in the game. Outside, Williams. And Los Angeles, another 3. And here's Indiana now. 1:02 left to play in the fourth quarter. Matherin with the ball. He's picked up by Adams. And then Turner with the dunk.
And if you try to block his shot, you risk getting posterized because he is good at using that height to his advantage.
Williams misses. Indiana on offense. Oh, it's stolen by Adams. Dort outside. Outside, Williams. They get it again. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander from behind the arc. Williams, that's good.
Running the show, Gilgeous-Alexander is talented as a passer.
7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
Unfortunately for them, they're still going to come up short. You wish they'd shown this kind of fight earlier.
Too little, too late. That final score will look way closer than how this game actually played out.
On the wing, Matherin. Wide open look. And there it is for him.
He's got that guard quickness. Matherin showing off his catch-and-shoot ability.
Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Offline from the top of the key. So it's Los Angeles picking up the win. To walk into enemy territory and deliver a performance like that, that says a lot about this squad.
They really came in looking confident.